Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. I have my helpers here again, Julia and Chris and Catherine, and then I'm Brett, of course. And last night, Christina mixed up some cinnamon roll dough, so everybody's very eagerly awaiting being able to bake them and enjoy them this morning. So this was the dough Christina mixed up, and we're gonna do the big reveal. It looks wonderfully risen. You can see it's nice and smushy, like you put your finger in there and it like stays indented. That means it's really nicely risen and ready to go. You really want cinnamon roll dough to be very risen because this is one where you don't really proof it, you just kind of shape and bake it. And that really only works well when the dough is very, very, very well risen. So we're gonna get started. Oh, we have a question, yes.
No, I have the colorful finger.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we have our snacks here for the kiddos, of course, and they may be including those in some of their rolls. So first thing you need to do, though, before you get started is make cinnamon sugar. So if you have your home scale, it's very easy. And I know sometimes they sell cinnamon sugar in the grocery store, which is insane. So it's not really necessary. Cinnamon sugar is very self-explanatory. It includes cinnamon and sugar. So what we're going to do here, I got a little container. I have my scale. I'm going to zero it out with the container on it so I know it's a full 0. And then our cinnamon sugar recipe we do is 240 grams of sugar and then 10 grams of cinnamon. And then you just kind of swirl it all together. So I'm going to measure that. So 240 grams of sugar. I know, these are not health food.
Yay! Sugar! Yay, sugar!
It's fascinating. And then here's cinnamon. Now, be careful with the cinnamon because cinnamon dust in the air is very, very spicy. So I'm going to get 10 grams in there.
Yeah, it went straight for me.
It is. It's like a cloud going after you. There we go. If you do, some people like super, super cinnamony ones. You can add a few more grams of cinnamon. If you want it less, a little bit less. You're making it yourself, so that's the fun part. You get to do it however you want. So I'm just getting my hands in here to just kind of mix these together. I like using clear containers for mixing cinnamon sugar because then you can see if there's like a big pocket of sugar or something somewhere you need to get mixed in there. But after you're done, it should basically look like cinnamon and sugar mixed together.
Which is light brown.
Yeah. Does that look good, guys?
Yeah.
What do you think? Does that look good? That's what we got. All right.
Oh, I see a big sugar cone.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe we'll give that to you since you guys like the sugar so much.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that sugar.
Oh, good. Okay. So now we're gonna get our dough. So this what we mixed last night was one batch, which will make about 8 cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna split it up a little bit to give my helpers some dough to work with. So I'm probably gonna make maybe 6 out of my chunk. But really, everything we do will be the same otherwise. So I'm done with the scale for now. So I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna get some flour on our table. It's the cinnamon roll dough. Do you want some flour? Yeah. Okay. The cinnamon roll dough is very sticky. And so you want to make sure you do spread a good bit of flour underneath so it doesn't stick to your table. And then for getting it out, I'm just going to get my hands all the way underneath and lift it out. Came out beautifully. So this normally would be your full dough. You just start rolling it out. I'm just going to quickly tear off a couple chunks from my bugs here.
I'm in the high.
And then we have our rolling pins. We're giving, because last time the kiddos wanted the big ones, and so obviously we're going to give the kids the biggest ones and Dad's going to get the little one, right? And these are exactly the same. That is key for helpers. As many parents out there know, they give the kids the exact same size of things. Okay, so can you slide a little bit over so I can get this here? So I have this little guy. This is actually what we use a lot of times at the bakery for doing rolling stuff out. So this is like kind of more of a French style one, otherwise known as a stick. And in a cinnamon roll emergency, I have used things like wine bottles or soda bottles, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta make it work, but basically anything you can roll. So as we did before with rolling, one of my tricks with making things roll out nice and even, basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll out this into a nice rectangle. And so what I like to do first is kind of visualize the shape, and with this flour you just kind of draw in there roughly the size you're going to go for. And then you pat out your dough chunk into roughly the same proportions except smaller, because remember when you roll stuff out, it's like scaling stuff in Photoshop. You want to do it the same proportions, just come out with it. So you're going to start in the middle and then do a roll up, start in the middle, roll down, then middle, roll to the side, middle, roll to the other side, and boom.
Can I have that one?
Sure, yeah. Now on your corners, oh thank you. The other rule is that whichever one Daddy's using, that's the one that the kids want to use too. But so on the corners, there's no need to like really fuss with the rolling pin on getting tight corners. Just kind of, you know, use your fingers, pat it into a nice, as square of a rectangle as you can get. Square of a rectangle, that was silly. As tight of a rectangle as you can get. So then you have this nice shape. Are you gonna keep rolling?
Yeah.
All right. So the next step is I have some melted butter here. It's just regular butter and a brush. And what we're going to do is kind of just make a thin layer on top of this. And this is going to help the stuff inside stay in there.
Can I actually do it?
Yep, I'll give it to you guys after I get this one.
Yeah, I think I'll help Catherine.
Oh, good. That's nice. What a good big sister. So I'm just making...
Is that still hot?
No, not really.
Because it kind of got on me.
All right. Did it burn?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, so now we just thin layer, just basically so it all looks wet. Now, do you guys want to put that on yours? And then...
Catherine!
Catherine, take turns. Should you go first? And then we're going to put the cinnamon sugar on. So if I was doing a full recipe, all of this we mixed would go on here. This is, you know, about 2/3 of the recipe, so I'm going to leave some so I can give some to my helpers. But basically, you want to put enough on and then just spread it evenly around so that it is covering every part of it.
What about this?
All the way to the edges.
Perfect.
That looks great, Jules. Nice and cinnamony. Okay.
I
Do
can
you want to
smell
put some
it.
of yours on here?
Ew, I can smell it.
You said ew? You can smell it?
Yeah,
You don't like cinnamon?
not really.
That's insane. Okay, so now that you have everything spread, so the way to think about your cinnamon roll as you're spreading it out is the height of it. So the height this way is how thick the rolls are going to be. And then the length of it is how many rolls you're going to get. So if you can imagine, because you're rolling these up this way. So if you had like a really tall but thin one, you can make 2 rolls, but they would be like the size of dinner plates or something. Or if you did it the other way, it's really thin but long, then you can make a bunch of rolls, but they'd have basically like one swirl going inside. So that's kind of just how to visualize what we're doing. Also, the other thing to keep in mind is we want to go all the way to the edges with this, because this end, because we're rolling it up, is actually the middle of the cinnamon roll. And so you don't want to have this like big dough chunk right in the middle. So I have a little trick for rolling things up evenly. So there's one thing that is very common when you're rolling stuff up. You kind of have this tendency to spread things out, and then you end up with these long tails at the end. And those like don't have a lot of stuff in them, and they're just kind of waste. Ooh, and so to prevent that from happening, what we do is first you start at one corner. I always start in the left, but it doesn't really matter. And you just kind of first you fold it over, and then you just start rolling. And I'm using my thumbs to kind of lift it up, getting it tight. That's where I'm building up some tension. I'm using my fingers to tuck it in. But I'm going almost all the way up on this one side. And then I'm going to kind of do a little bit on the middle, and then I'm going to go all the way up on the other side. And then you make a smiley face, because cinnamon rolls are happy things. And then you're going to kind of catch it up in the middle. And then you basically have rolled it almost completely up without getting any kind of spreading on the sides. So that's my little trick for that. The other big thing is you don't want to roll it over this last lip, because, oh, actually, Jules, you guys need to add your other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me do this and we'll do that, okay? So, this you never want to roll it over this lip at the end, because that'll just dump out all the stuff at the end here. So what you're going to do instead is lift this over, and so you can do a little pinchy. That is a baking term, pinchy, to seal it. So you lift that edge over and seal it in the middle. And then you have this big log we can divide up. Okay, you guys wanted to add some other stuff to yours, right?
You're taking.
So we have, for the kiddos, and this is where it gets fun, you could add anything you want, you know. chocolate chips. You can add fruit. We have some berries. We have some sprinkles.
Can we add chocolate chips?
We actually don't have any chocolate chips right now.
What?
I know, it's terrible. So the kiddos are going to go a little bit crazy adding stuff they want to add on there. So it's always good to keep the little ones entertained. So now we have this nice log and we divide it into cinnamon rolls. So a lot of places will use like a dough cutter to just kind of chop it up. The problem with doing it that way is it really pinches it close. So you have these cinnamon rolls that kind of have this straight seam on the top. Now, my big trick for not doing that is using twine instead. And the way this works is that you're going to roll it around it and then give it a pull, and it will close around the dough equally on all sides and pinch it close, and it makes a perfect circle. So first thing you're going to do is pinch off the edges. So no matter how well you rolled it up, you're always going to end up with a little bit of kind of just these tails on the end that aren't fully wound up and everything.
I'm good at making.
Oh yeah, it looks like some snowflakes on there. That's cool.
Yep.
So I'm gonna lift this up and get it underneath. About to that point where I see it looks like that tail is ending, and I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna make sure I cross my string and then pull it, and then that just pulls right through and cuts this perfect piece off. We do the same on the other side. These pieces we call the baker's pieces because this is what the bakers get to eat. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They just don't have, they're just not going to look as nice, so you can do other things with it. You want me to open that for you? Okay, be careful with this one. Just go like shaky, shaky, shaky to get it out, okay? Don't just dump it.
Also, I ate a little bit of the green one. It's basically sugar.
Good job, Catherine. That's perfect.
This is basically colored sugar.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. Oh, Catherine, that's wonderful.
So you
did a great job being careful with that. Okay, so now we're going to divide these cinnamon rolls up. I'm going to go ahead and make this into 8 like you normally would for your dough. Just it'll be a little smaller, but that's okay. So what I've noticed with dividing stuff is that people really aren't very good at dividing things like evenly and in large numbers. So like instead of just doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you'd end up with like a huge one at the end or a little skinny one. So what people are good at though is dividing things in half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up my log here and get the string halfway under it. And you do want to lift it up instead of like dragging it across because the string will just cut right into this if you just drag it. And then do the same thing. So you're going to cut it in half. Then each of these halves you're going to cut in half.
I like these sprinkles.
And then each of these halves you're going to cut in half as well. So that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we have our cinnamon rolls. So now I'm just going to have a pan here with parchment paper. It is nice to do parchment paper on your pans because that saves a lot of cleaning work afterwards, because cinnamon sugar is, when it dries up, can be very difficult to clean. So I'm just going to kind of evenly space these on here. I need to make sure I leave room for my helper's creations.
I'm still working on mine.
Okay, you guys can keep working on it.
Ooh, sprinkles.
We'll put these in the oven after our helpers get theirs done. As far as baking, we have our oven set to 375 right now. That should be good. It'll take probably about 15 to 20 minutes, but basically you want to bake them until they look like that nice golden brown look. So it's whenever they look like they're done, they'll probably be done. And then you get to enjoy. Let them cool first though, because cinnamon sugar when it's right out of the oven is kind of like liquid hot magma. So be careful with that. But thank you so much for watching the video. We'll take a picture of these and our helpers' creations after we bake them. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you.